What's up, y'all? It's Kiki from 107.5 WGCI, and you know I have to check in with everybody who's popping. And right now, I don't even know what season we on, but Black Ink Crew is always popping. So I'm excited to have Caesar and Suzette with me today. What's up, y'all?
Hey, what up, y'all? What's good?
Man, I was like, okay, first of all, Caesar, let me just give you your flowers real quick because people kind of, I feel like you're a little underappreciated for all you've done for the tattoo industry. Like, you changed.
Just a little. I feel like it's a lot, but I don't like to pat myself on the back. I just feel like I'm just doing it for the culture at this point because I was good with 2 shops, but now that we going on to almost 10 shops now, it's more of just gotta keep it going. I keep to my word. 50 states, y'all, and I'm trying to open up international. Not trying, I'm going to. By the end of the year, I'm gonna have a shop in Jamaica.
Oh, Jamaica, yes. I got to get started up real quick.
I got to go back home, little shot.
Yes, I love to see it, man. I just wanted to start the interview off like that and just really give you your flowers because you literally changed the tattoo industry and put a lot of people on. Shout out to my sis Charmaine from Black Ink Crew Chicago who works with us at the station here. She on because of this show and, and a lot of the opportunities that you provide for Black people.
And she don't even tattoo. That's the crazy stuff. Like, it's not just about tattooing, it's about the whole culture. And everybody finally get to see the tattoo culture, the Black tattoo culture, I should say.
Yes. And so you holding it down across the country. We love to see it. Now, how has life changed for you and Suzette? Because you're new to the reality TV world. How has life changed for you guys since being on reality TV?
I've been on this. Y'all know me.
This is my life.
I've been on this like 10 years strong. It's not nothing new to me. Like, I'm just used to like the badgering, the praise. Like, at the end of the day, it's a gift and a curse. You feel me? Like, you get to show the world your life, but you got to show people your life, the good and the bad. So at the end of the day, it's like, listen, man, y'all got to take me for who I am.
Yeah. Now, Suzette, you're dating, you're in a relationship with this guy, this
right.
uncle, and his life is on TV. So that means your life is now on television. How has it changed for you since, getting in this relationship and being on TV?
I think it's more so just adjusting to the fact that I was like a private, low-key person, and now everything is all out there. Yeah. So it's like I got to deal with the public opinions, whether it's good or bad. So that I would say would be like the biggest adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, outside of that, that's pretty much it. The internet.
You were boss in your own right though, sis. Like, you
right.
That real estate game, that's a bag right there. But through the pandemic, how has life changed through the pandemic for both of you guys in your own aspects of business?
So actually through the pandemic, I've made the most money ever with my business. I think that's when my business kind of took its height. Mm-hmm. That's when I kind of started taking real estate more serious. I took my credit business more serious. So the pandemic was a blessing for me, honestly.
What about you, C's?
Oh, man, I can't. I can say it was a blessing, you know what I mean, because the world got to slow down. I finally got to slow down. And, me and Suzette started to kick it. But it was, besides that, it was a curse for me because people understand, if my businesses ain't tattooing, I ain't making no money. You know what I mean? And with the pandemic, you couldn't even get close. You couldn't come outside. So how was anybody getting tattooed? So, and it's not like the internet, like I had an online presence that I could have made residual from. It was like I was at a dead halt. You know what I mean? And I did take a big loss last year, and there was no government helping me, no PPP loans. I didn't get none of that.
You can't do PPP. Now you could have did the PPP.
Oh, listen, they kept denying me. I was like, you know what? There gotta be a reason. I don't understand. I be putting money through this damn banks and everything. Everything's good, and they just like, no. What are you, a tattoo business? No. It's like, but through the grace of God, I was able to keep all my shops open and open up new shops like my Black Ink Houston. So it wasn't like, honest to God, it wasn't that hurtful. It just helped me to focus a lot more.
Okay. I mean,
well, I want to add to what he said. I think it forced him to level up. You know, when and that's what anybody, when you're so accustomed to having a set routine and that routine is interrupted, now you gotta figure out how else, you know, you're gonna make it work.
Yep.
And
pandemic show who's the real hustlers.
Right. And then, you know, I took the time to teach him a little bit about credit. And, you know, we actually bought our house together during the pandemic. So he might have struggled in certain aspects of his business, but like Atlanta, Houston, where it was primarily open, his businesses thrived and he was able to put his focus onto other things.
I mean,
including me, because, you know, we fell in love during the pandemic.
Okay, she like, I locked it down in the pandemic. Yes, sis. Listen, we all had to get creative. Like, you see, I'm doing interviews in a bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, our studios just opened up back in here in Chicago, so I haven't been to the radio studio in a year. I've been doing my show from home. It's crazy. But you know, see, a lot of other things also happened through the pandemic for you as well. We saw that like one of the shops was broken into or something like that, as we're going to see on season 9. What was all that about?
Listen, man, all that was about. See, that situation is kind of sticky because it's like it's somebody you know, I call a friend, I call a brother, and you know, I really can't say like he did it. I felt like he did it, but it was just everything after that led to me saying like, you know what, I can't mess with you. It's like somebody telling you like, listen, I stole out of your purse, but I didn't break into your house.
Crazy.
So I had to take it as it is what it is, yo. Sometimes as you grow, you got to lose people, but I still got love for Walter. But at the end of the day, it's like we got to figure it out. Only time can tell.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like throughout this whole pandemic, a lot of people showed their true colors. And Suzette, you said it, you know, like you find out who you could really rock with, who's the real hustlers. And to see something like that, I mean, fans of the show, we was like, damn, is he hurting that bad when he had to, you know, do something like that?
So, I'm be honest with you, after watching the show, it really do hurt my heart on how some of your friends will perceive you. Because, you know, when you sitting there filming a TV show and this is your real life, you sit there, you know what I mean? You always figure yourself as equal. You feel me? Even though everybody knows it's my show, I never had that head that like these people most of these people I grew up with, and not even some of them, because half the crew ain't even there no more. So most of these people are strangers to me. You feel me? So sometimes you hearing them talk about you, it's like, wait, I gave everybody an opportunity. Like I hear Walt and Donna saying here, like you should do this on him because he's doing this, he's doing that. But I could have swore that I'm keeping Black Ink open. I'm making sure that we eating all the time. Like I'm presenting opportunities for y'all, and y'all don't even have to y'all don't give back to Black Ink. Like if anybody even y'all watch Black Ink, they'll sit here on the show and say, yeah, I do this and that. But in real life, none of them work on the show in the shops with me. None of them sit there and be on tours when we pushing it. It'd be me. So at the end of the day, when they sit there and say he don't deserve this, I'm working 24/7 when y'all sitting here just taking bookings.
And not even that, what wasn't really highlighted on the show, when C's gave Walt 125th, Walt was getting a percentage of the shop.
10%, actually.
So at the end of the day, people are saying, oh, C's is driving in the Benz, he should be driving in the Benz. But it's like, you got to look back. Y'all all been on TV for 8-9 seasons. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. So what you chose to do with your platform and your money, you can't judge someone because he chose to elevate and y'all chose to remain stagnant. You was getting a percentage of the shop. So still, it was just greed. You wasn't even there a whole 60 days before you did that.
And see,
so instead of you putting in the hustle to push the shop, to elevate the shop, because if the shop make more money, is more money you make, you know, you go ahead and steal. And that's what the public is not looking at.
That's wild. That's wild to us watching, because we've seen the journey, we saw where it started and where it is now. But I'm excited for Suzette to be in this picture? Because I get the boss chick vibe. She's gonna hold you down. She's not here for the reality TV. It seems like, you know what I'm saying. And fans, we can read the room. You're a boss, and I want to talk a little bit about what you got going on in your career and how you've been perceived on the show so far. So, you know, how has that been for you coming into the Black Ink world? How do you think the rest of the cast kind of perceives you?
I mean, honestly, it's not a relationship TV. So I've been around for about a year prior to us filming. So I was already familiar, you know, with the crew. Like, we didn't have parties. The ones at the shop, I'm always at the shop. So it wasn't really too different. It was just more so, okay, we on TV. This is what's going on. It gave me more insight as to what he really deals with. Okay. Behind the filming aspect, because nobody really knows that. You know, like, I know he's at the shop, I know he owns multiple shops, you know, he's pulled here, but really being around, like, oh shit, did she really just say that? Did she really just do that? It's like everything changes when the cameras is up.
Yeah.
You know, and you would think that when a person gives you a platform to not only elevate you and yourself, but to feed your family, you would think things go in a different direction, but everybody wants to be the boss. You know, everybody wants ownership of something off camera. Y'all not doing nothing to keep it afloat.
Right.
So it's just more so me having to, you know, play nice, because I don't play about him. You know, so it's like, all right, she lying, she doing this, she doing that. And it kind of like, it hurts to watch him go through the bullshit he go through, you know, on and off TV with his cast members, with his workers and stuff like that. Because honestly, when people work for the white man, they don't go through half of this. Mm-hmm. It's more respect, it's more integrity, you know, and it's just like, why?
Right.
You're given a platform where at the end of the day, your hustle and your ambition determines how much you make and where you go with it. So why is everybody coming down on the person who's giving y'all that platform because he chose to elevate and do something different with his time than what y'all doing?
I mean, we see it on reality shows all the time. Like, once them cameras come on, people turn into a whole different, you know, somebody you don't know. It is important that you have a support system behind you, like, you know, like Suzette, that can, you know, help you through this journey. And so we're excited to see you more on the show and kind of see you all's relationship evolve. Now, you have been going through a lot with your daughter's mother, C's. How has that been for you? Because just seeing it in the press and seeing you having to, you know, file lawsuits and go to court for something that happens like so long ago at this point. How is that for you all?
It gets frustrating. I'm not even gonna say no lie, because to sit here and have to live in a lie that somebody else narrated is like, it's crazy to me. And every day I wake up, you know what I mean, and you check social media, somebody DM'd you piece of this, yo, your daughter this, your daughter that, and it's like, it's almost, I wish that some like this TV thing is a gift and a curse. You feel me? This popularity thing is a gift and a curse. If I wasn't in the limelight like it was, the situation it would have never got to this level. Everybody would have been sitting here in kumbaya and everything would have been passed by now. But because everybody's on the social media, it's like everybody want to get clout. Oh, he did this, he did that, he did, and everything is in black and white paper. Like, I did nothing. So it's like I have to keep trying to diffuse lies. And at the end of the day, it gets tiring. It's to the point that I'm just tired of talking about it. Yeah. Because if I did any of these heinous acts, I'd be in jail. I lost my show right now. VH1 shut down the whole show for 2 weeks and did an intense investigation themselves, yo. And I was all the way up front. I was to the point that I was willing to take a lie detector test.
Oh my God. And I think that's what people don't realize. This incident happened in October, right? So by the time it hit the public, it was January, right? So you have to ask yourself, how can a person, because y'all know these networks don't play.
Right.
So how can a person be accused of such heinous acts back in October, but now that the show is on, now everything is coming to light? You know, like, this would have been in the headlines in October. You know, oh, this happened, he's going to jail, he's under investigation. Production had to shut down for 2 weeks, you know, while we was filming, to pretty much figure out the situation. Police reports, police officers, lieutenants, ambulance, child protective services. Like, these are all people that were involved that cleared the air. You know, so we went through this in private months ago, and now it's like we have to relive it because it hit social media, it hit TV when it did. And it's like, for people to say, oh, y'all wrong for using this as a storyline, we didn't put this in the public. We was dealing with this months. We kind of tried to move on for a minute, but y'all got to understand something. The network, as well as himself, has a right to defend themselves with such malicious allegations. Right. So why wouldn't we put it out there and show how it's played out to prove his innocence?
True. I mean, true. You know, and I know that
put it out there.
You being in a relationship with him, you've been dragged into it as well.
And the funny thing is, how is these accusations coming out now that I'm in a relationship? Like, if I was doing shit like that, I'd have been had a history of it. Like, come on, everybody know the history with me and my child. I'm not even that type of guy. Like, yeah, I get mad when people playing my money and playing my business, but my child, I'm a sucker. That I tell you right now, but for baby girl, I'm a sucker. That's just how it is. But this right here has just got to the point that I swear to God, I wish everything would just return back to normal so we get back to just being a normal family.
Ask yourself, when's the last time y'all seen him in a healthy, happy relationship? And then y'all could kind of, now that I'm in the relationship, because, you know, we was friends for 3 years. So you see the women come and go, you know, but you don't really, you know, when you're friends with somebody, a person is going to know what you want them to know, you know? So now that I'm in the hot seat and I'm in the situation, it's like, dang, this is why everybody was running away. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it got where it's at now because he's never been with a woman with kids. So now we're together. I have 2 daughters. Everybody has to share. You know, my kids went through the situation too because I was giving my time to her. You know, so it's difficult when you have blended families and, you know, trying to make it work. Like, I have a 14-year-old and a 7-year-old. She was 16 at the time. So you see, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. Anytime you blend families and try to blend families, especially with teenagers, it can be a lot. And baby mamas, you know, it could be a lot. You know, Suzette, I like to see you stand by him through this whole thing. But I want to ask both of you, do you think, you know, is there any chance of reconciliation that you see on the horizon? Like, that's your daughter, you know what I'm saying? That's always going to be your baby girl. If you guys could just make it better, do you see that happening anytime soon?
I mean, to be honest, only time can tell. Like, with situations like this, people get mad at the moment, but we don't know what's going to happen in the future that's going to make people come together. At the end of the day, it's not us that's pushing away from this, it's the other side. So all I ever said since this whole situation, my first statement, I'm trying to fix my situation with my family. Let me do it in private. And everybody's saying that.
You can't do it in private when the other side keep bringing it public.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, this is why I had to do the press conference. This is why I had to file the defamation of character lawsuit, because that's the only way I can protect myself. And at the end of the day, people don't understand this happens way too often in our community. And when the men get cleared of this situation,
there's no repercussion.
There's no repercussion. And I see people reaching out to me every day like, yo, C's, I know how you feel. My husband's going through the same thing, the same situation. And it's like, when you get through it, where's the repercussion? When you honestly, once something's out there like that, people always gonna be in the back of their head, yeah, he did it. He paid for it to go away or stuff like that. Shoot, it's wild celebrities right now that people still be thinking about they did it. And I don't want to drag people's names out there, but that's just how it is. And at the end of the day, all I ask for is my piece to say, yo, this is my truth. And you can see it's in black and white. I never changed my story. It's always been the same. And it's happened a year ago and 10 years ago. I'm still saying this is what happened. And it's always going to be the same.
You want to know what's so funny? If I got up right now and said, you know what, this is too much, I don't want to be with you, this will all go away.
That calling it like it is. You say it's really because he got a healthy relationship going on in his life.
Yeah, because listen, at the end of the day, look, in the midst of all of this, before it got public, we actually did break up for 2 days. It was just like, no, what? I'm good, you know? And guess what? Baby mama shot her shot. So it was like, oh, this is what they want. Like, they trying to push me away. They trying to do this. They trying to do that. So at the end of the day, I'm just not a weak female, you know? So
okay,
I'm here. Like,
now that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? The fans, we don't know that side, you know,
exactly.
But now that you explain it that way, that makes perfect sense on what you all are saying. So, you know, I just hope that things can work out, especially between you and your daughter. And I hope not too much more time goes past that she can kind of, you know, have her own thoughts and minds in relationship with you all, and you all could be a blended family. So I won't keep pressing that. We're going to get on to some fun stuff because I want people to know you all as a new relationship. So, but before I move on, C's, I do want to ask this. I see you a lot with Van, and Van is from Chicago. We knew him on Black Ink Crew Chicago. He's no longer on that franchise. What's going on with Van? Is Van getting the shot? What's up?
Wait, hold on. He ain't on that franchise no more. I thought I owned all the franchises.
No, not you. I'm just saying Van. We don't see Van with the Black
Ink Crew. Like I said,
Chicago.
We don't know that just yet. Yeah, listen, man. I always love Chicago. And I always got love for Non-Mag at the end of the day. And I got love for Van. I'm never going to split how it is. You feel me? Even though me and Ron went through what we went through, that shit is behind us, yo. Like, at the end of the day, that's still my bro. Shout out to Non-Mag. Shout out to Henry. My nigga, my bro Van, though.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't leave him out in the cold like that. So, guess what? I opened up Black Ink Houston. Feel me? He wanted to expand, and I seen another Black brother, and he tried in Chicago so many times, but with that stigma of what happened on Black in Chicago, it was time for him to start afresh. And I said, bro, I want to open up Black in Houston. You love Houston. Houston's open right now during the pandemic. Let's get money, bro. And that's what we did. We opened it up, and it's been flourishing ever since. Honestly, I don't even go down there like that. Like, I went there the other day. And that's since the grand opening because I trust Van. You feel me? Like, I don't have no partners in this Black Ink thing except Ted. You feel me? And that's what a couple shot. But at the end of the day with Van, the brotherhood's been there since day one. So when he was like, yo, I want to expand with you, I said, say no more. It's all he had to say. The next day, I was on a flight to Houston, was looking at property. And the day after that, I was signing the lease. It ain't nothing, man. Like, yeah, my bro Van gonna be good. He got a big old 3-story house now with a pool. Okay. He got a whole bunch of cars. He turned into a country boy. Like, I'm just happy to help my brother out, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Van. We love to see it. Suzette, now before I got some fun questions that I want to ask you out, but I gotta get this off. I'm trying to buy a house, right? And I swear to God, y'all, I did not think this process would be like it is because buying a house right now is like, it's crazy because it's a seller's market. And you know that as a realtor. What are some tips and advice you could give to first-time buyers? Because it's hot out here for your girl. Everything flying off the market like within 3 days.
I would say go the new construction route.
Really?
So the reason being, with the regular houses, there's bidding wars going on, right?
Yeah.
So the market right now is being dominated by cash buyers. So let's say you're a seller, you have a house you want to sell, right? Are you going to go with me, who has an FHA unconventional loan? My appraisal contingency is probably like 28 days. My due diligence is probably 10 days. We're going to take 30 days to close. Or are you going to go with a cash buyer who's showing you a statement from the bank? Listen, he has X, Y, and Z cash in the bank. I'm offering you 10, 20,000 more than what the house is worth because the FHA and conventional can't do that. The banks is only going to pay what they appraise. So cash buyers are coming in. Okay, I'm gonna give you 10, 20,000 more. We could close 15 days. No finance contingency because it's all cash. So where you gonna go?
So you say
gonna go with the cash buyers.
Yeah.
But new construction, what it is, as soon as new construction goes under contract before the house is even built. So all it is a matter of you having a realtor that has connections with the different new constructions and you finding a lot going into contract. You might have to wait a couple of months for it to be built, but I have 4 clients right now under contract that will all close by the time the summer is done. So it was no bidding wars, it was no headaches. Went, seen a model home. This is what it's going to be. Some of them you get to pick the flooring, the cabinets. Like you have a say so as to how you want your house to look, and it's brand new. So why not? But I think that's the route to go.
I think so too, because I keep losing the bidding wars. Okay, somebody who didn't got the PPP loan just slide in.
Crazy. Yeah, girl, it's crazy out here. It's so crazy.
Yeah, but thank you for that. Thank you for that. But before you guys go, I gotta ask you these fun fact questions. Okay, who takes the longest to get ready?
Him.
I was sitting here 20 minutes before we got to the Zoom.
Who was on the screen first? I was on the screen first.
I went to go put my blunt out. She lying, yo.
Listen, it takes 20 minutes for him to roll all his weed, okay? So we're going to factor that time in to him getting ready. Word. And then he got to sit here and oil his whole body and comb his beard and all that stuff. Yeah, it's
I wasn't blow you up because you're my woman, but yeah, she definitely takes longer.
That's hilarious. Okay, I got another one. Who's the first to apologize after an argument?
Yeah, we both stubborn as hell.
You know
that meme that say we not gonna go to bed angry, so we stood up for 10 days. That's us. But see, he's catching on. So what he'll do is it'll be something going on with the business or something, and then he'll ask me a question like, yeah, so did this get done? And then that'll spark, or he'll be like, you want something to eat? But I think apologizing, we're both stubborn as hell, especially when I know I ain't do nothing wrong. I'm not apologizing.
That is hilarious. So he tried to come back with a casual conversation out of nowhere. That's funny. My man.
And then he'll do petty stuff like he won't hold me when he sleep. That's when I know he mad at me. I'll be like, okay, this your energy?
Oh my God. That's hilarious. Okay, who buys the best gifts?
Me.
Like he proud for that one. So is that true?
Listen, he's just a travel bug, okay? So prior to me getting with him, everything was work. So I can say he's showing me how to have fun and travel and expand. But I mean, if you want to be technical, your gifts are not heartfelt. My gifts are heartfelt.
All my gifts are heartfelt. What are you talking about? Like, you know what? If you give somebody a gift, it comes from the heart. It doesn't matter what. Like, that's your problem, okay?
That's my problem.
You put everything that's supposed to be heart in a certain category. Everything is heartfelt.
Guys, don't argue. That's the word of the day.
He does give good gifts. He does give good stuff.
Last question. Who spends the most money?
Him.
Okay, Siege, you like expensive things. I'll take that.
No, it ain't that. And I would wear a Hanes white t-shirt and some Levi's and a pair of Timberlands and one pair of Jordans all day. But because, the person I am, I got to represent a certain, caliber. So these expensive things are just because I have to. Honestly, I don't want to.
I'll take that. I'm not going to press it, but that was a great explanation. We'll accept that, I guess. But man, thank y'all so much for talking to me today and checking in with Chicago. Let everybody know where they can follow you and what to expect on this new season of Black Ink Crew.
Well, my name is Caesar Black Ink. That's on every Instagram, whatever social media handle. And this is Suzette Realtor.
Suzette
the Realtor.
_.
Oh, my fault. Forget the underscore.
The Realtor is my IG.
Oh, yeah. That's her IG. And this season of Black Ink.
Lord.
Yeah, I did the voice right.
The whole little VH1 little transition. Okay.
Nah, I mean, you're going to see a lot different.
A lot of growth.
It's going to be different this season because, I feel like from the pandemic, we all have grown differently, especially from being apart from each other for a whole year. Like we grew in different ways that some of us don't even recognize each other no more. So you're gonna see a lot of growing pains in this one, and you're gonna see us finally starting to get this shit right. Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie, that other production company that was running Black Ink, they really didn't want to show real Black growth, and that's what your statement when you first said, like I'm underappreciated. That's a lot because of our production that we had. Like if they was able to move around and show like, yo, we really got, fuck just the ratchet stuff. We really have a Black man who's really growing on TV in front of us. They didn't want to highlight that. They just wanted to highlight everything bad that was happening on the rise. And everybody knows there's going to be hurdles to get to the goal. There's always going to be, but it's just life, but it was more highlighted than the goal. The goal was to expand. I started off with a bunch of friends, and I called family, and we expanded to the business that it is, and we're growing it right in front of our people's eyes. And I believe that's what people are going to see this season. Not that fake, I'm opening up a business and I'm selling T-shirts and all this other shit that you see on other reality. Honestly, this Black man is taking him and his friends and elevating them to other level. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of, how can you say, glitz and glamours to us now, but that just comes with the territory, because now we ain't those little dirty little kids from the Bronx that y'all used to see on 113. We've grown to something that we want everybody to probably inspire to be, but nothing different than anybody else. We're moving ink. Like I tell everybody that every day. We just hustled ink. Anybody could do what we did.
Well, we love to see it. We will be watching this season and tweeting and talking about y'all. So hopefully we see the growth, and we can ride this ride along with you for many more seasons to come. So thank y'all for checking in with me.
Thank you for having us.
All right, y'all be cool.
All right.